Hi there. Welcome back to episode 8 of Book Club. Today's video is quite special because the person who sent me this book, From Teen to Teen How to Attain Your Best Life, was the author himself, Pham Ho Vuong. I'm greatly appreciative of this because he sent me a free soft copy version so I could read it and review it to you in the audience. As we all know, it is very hard to write a book and publish it, being 16 years old. And I want to take this opportunity to read it, review it, and promote it to all you people so that you could also read it and have fun. Let's get straight into the video. In today's video, the book I'll be talking about is special because this book is different from other storybooks. Today's book does not have a complete storyline which flows. Instead, it has different chapters consisting of different short stories expressing the sub messages which all fall under one message about life, how to improve your life. And that is why later on in the video, I'll be talking about the 3 chapters which have different stories and ways the author shows the messages. And these are all in the author's point of view. Alright, now I'll be talking about the contents of today's episode. Firstly, we have who this author is and facts about the author. Secondly, I'll be talking about what this book is about and explaining some chapters briefly. Lastly, I'll be talking about why this book is interesting and what are some main messages this book is trying to portray to you. And in addition to some quotes you can actually learn from this book. Firstly, I'll be talking about who the author is and some facts about the author. His name is Pham Ho Vuong. He's a 16-year-old Vietnamese who came from Vietnam to Singapore to continue his studies. One remarkable thing is that throughout this book, he talks about a certain instance where he tried writing books and tried to publish it, but he couldn't. This is the first ever book that he published out of the other 2 books that he tried writing, which I'll be explaining in the next section, which we'll be getting to now. So now I'll be telling you briefly what chapter 1 is about and how fear and self-satisfaction and how to combat them is being shown in chapter 1. So the author actually tries to show the fear and self-satisfaction in a version of a story, which is the story about the villager and the 3 children and a separate family who's considered rich in the area who leads an ordinary life, and how the rich person had a downfall and how he actually, regained his confidence and actually brought him back to have a better life. And I won't be exposing too much of it, so you guys can read it out on your own. Now we'll be proceeding to chapter 3 on looking at things from a different angle. Alright, so now I'll be talking about chapter 3, looking at things from different angles. So how is this message being portrayed in chapter 3? Now I'll be telling you how. So there's this story also, like the previous chapter, chapter 1, is about a boy who receives $1,000 from his grandma for his birthday. This boy, unlike many kids who buy, computer games, some gadgets, which are, ordinary, he actually thought of it in another angle and see how he could actually benefit more in another way. So that you can read up, because I'm not going to expose too much, you can read up on what happens next and how he actually becomes one successful person in the future. Alright, lastly, I'll be talking about chapter 5, determine, plan, and record. So, many of us procrastinate sometimes in life, but it is acceptable because it is a human, behavior that we procrastinate. So, some people wonder about how you stop procrastinating. I mean, it is unstoppable to procrastinate for some. But after reading this book, even I could stop procrastinating because of these three key phrases: determine, plan, and record. Last time I used to be, very messy in organizing my stuff. But after reading the book and, finding out the methods, I could really organize my stuff and utilize my time wisely so I can carry out a task to its full efficiency. So now I'll be talking about each of the keywords and explaining to you an example from the book. So firstly, planning. When it comes to planning, the most vivid example is about how you build a house. There's a person whose house, let's say for example from the book, a person with a house who just a person who starts building a house from scratch, shows the builders a picture of the house that he wants. And then there's another person identical to the guy who is also trying to build a house from scratch, but has a very nice plan and blueprint sketched out to detail. Whose house will be more stable? Of course, the person with the blueprint. That's how planning also shows in daily life. Not just in your schoolwork, also in your life, like how you organize things. If many people like to do the hardest the last, but it should be the hardest the first. Because in the morning, you should utilize all your energy on the hard work, and at night, you should finish off with the easy tasks. And planning also is essential in how you coordinate your things and organize. Next, I'll be talking about determine. How you determine things. Like, for example, you want to get six pack in one day. That is not a plausible determine. You determine is like a goal you set. You gotta have you gotta be truthful to yourself. How good are you at something? You can't just run 10 minutes, 5 kilometers if you're like obese, right? You gotta of course set easy targets which you can carry out. Because the easy targets are the ones which you can achieve and you'll continue working towards better, goals when you go on further. Lastly, I'll be talking about record. Always record because you do not want to forget where you stop. And always keep to a certain routine so you don't break the routine. And that's what I really love about chapter 5. It really helped me in planning, and I hope you could read this book as it might just change your life. Lastly, I'll be telling you the main message the book is trying to tell you and what is the most what quote I found the most interesting. So as for the message, the book is actually trying to portray to you that whenever life gives you setbacks, you fight back. And you gotta know who you are first before you fight, you blame other people for your loss. Like, so whenever you're faced with any setbacks, you should know yourself, know your enemy, which is yourself. Imagine you have laziness, you have to fight that. Procrastination, you fight that. So this book gives you a total guide on how you can improve and strive to the end without making any mistakes and how you can organize your life properly. And the most interesting quote I found from all the famous quotes in the book, even though there were quotes from Walt Disney, famous business people, I think the most genuine quote I found was his quote, which is each of us has our own hidden potential. Our job, which is us, is to discover it, sharpen it, have faith in it, and along with other qualities, it will get us wherever we want. This is really truthful, and I agree with him because what we have is a hidden potential until we discover it, exploit it, and find out and build on it. So that is a really nice quote that even I would love to live by after from reading this book. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, please smash that like button, and I hope you can subscribe as well. Here. I'm really grateful to Pham Ho Vuong for sending me a free soft copy of this book, as I could go through all the hassle of buying the book and also ordering it and waiting for the book to come. And I hope you in the audience could check out the book of Pham Ho Vuong, as I'll be putting it in the link in the description below. With that, bye!